everyone, welcome back to Weyermann's Whimsy. For this Throwback Thursday, I am going way back to one of my first sets and still one of my favorites, the Flower Shop stamps. These are wood mount. There's 6 stamps in here. I've used just this one for the card tonight. I've used the Miles Apart But Still in My Heart greeting from the Lovely You set, and I've stamped it in Misty Moonlight. The designer series paper that I'm using tonight is Beauty of the Earth, and I am using the retired leaf punch and the retired flower punch that goes with the Flower Shop set. So I wanted to do leaves, but I didn't want to have to color them in and stamp them and all of that. So I used the designer series paper, and it's all different colors. It's a really mottled effect. And so I used the punch to punch them out. So they've got lots of varieties and that of color. What I've got is a Misty Moonlight card base with another piece of the Beauty of the Earth designer series paper. I wanted this to look like sky. And then this is an offcut again of the Beauty of the Earth paper because I wanted it to look like a flower box. We just got here in Edmonton, Alberta, we just got over a foot of snow yesterday. So I wanted to do something light and fun and summery. And there's nothing more summery than a flower box. So I will show you how I did the flowers. I used Mango Melody, Flirty Flamingo, and Calypso Coral for the flowers. And I used an aqua pen to draw the color out from the center and give the flowers just that little bit more color rather than just the plain white. And I've lined this up. You'll see there's a black dot on here. When I was first starting with this, I didn't always line things up properly. And although the sticker on the top says that this is the flower or the petal that's at the bottom of the punch, the stamp's actually loaded upside down. So I need to have this at the top so that I can have it punch out correctly without having to try and find which way to do it. So I'm going to do these one at a time, which means I'm going to need my stamp cleaner. So I'll get that ready. And so I'm stamping this, and because I know I'm punching these out, I'm going to make sure that I'm stamping in such a way that it will be easy to punch. So I'm just going to pop that down like that. And it didn't ink up very well, so I'm just going to turn it over because paper has 2 sides. And I'm going to punch it or stamp it down again. Okay. And then I took the aqua painter or aqua pen, as I said, and I just got the middle wet and just pulled it out into the petals. And if it's not quite dark enough, you can always dip the aqua painter right in your ink pad and just touch it. Just to get that little bit more color. I just wanted a subtle bit of color. I didn't want it just to be the stark background. And then you just brush off your aqua pen. Okay, and let's clean off the stamp. And let's do the Flirty Flamingo flower. So again, I'm going to make sure I'm the right way up on this. I'm going to stamp it down. And then I'm going to, once again, with the aqua painter, just pull the color in to the petals. It's really subtle. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video, but it is just takes the edge off the white. And I'll just dip in here, and you can see it pulls just that little bit more color. So I'll do that on a couple of the petals just to add that little bit of color. And I'm not using watercolor paper. I'm just using standard basic white paper. I'm going to come in now with my Calypso Coral Just give that a bit of a clean. Because the Calypso Coral is the darkest of the colors that I'm using, technically I could go from ink pad to ink pad, but I prefer not to muddy the ink pads up. So that goes like that, and we will do the aqua pen again, and we're just going to pull that in. And if your aqua pen's not wet enough, just give it a bit of a squeeze until the water starts flowing freely. There we go. And you'll notice if it's too much, then just grab a tissue and just blot it a little bit. And then you can just pull it out. I'm just actually going to blot this whole thing. There we go. I'm just going to pull the color out just like that. And then we just punch these out and we build the card. So pop that down that because I need to clean it. And I'm going to use my punch. And because I marked this, when I put this in, because each of these leaves or petals is just slightly different. So if you don't line it up, you're going to mispunch your set. So take the time to, when you're doing this, to stamp one and then determine which way up it goes in the punch, and make sure that that is at the bottom of what you're stamping, so that you can just come in along the edge and punch as you need to. So I'm just going to put that off to the side, and I'm going to build the card. So I've already stamped the Miles Apart, but still in my heart, in the Misty Moonlight, right on the Designer Series paper. So I'm just going to layer this up, making sure I'm lined up at the one edge, dropping it down. And then I'm going to add my flower box at the bottom. So I'm just covering up the blue background there. Okay. And then I'm going to add my flowers. And the two are flat mounted. And I'm putting them up just a little bit higher than the flower box. And then this one is flat mounted as well. And it's going to overlap a little bit like that. And then this one is dimensionalized. So we are going to dimensionalize that one. Just like that. Pop it in on top like that. And then all I did with the leaves is I just put a little bit of adhesive on the back. You could use glue dots if you've got them and you want to use those. And I'm just popping these in so that they overlap and hang down over the edge of the flower box like they would. I'm just going to keep tucking these in. You can do as few or as many as you like. You just, again, it's all of this is always just to your taste. What do you like? What would you like to see? And I'm just actually going to just pinch off one of the leaves on that one so that I can fit this in on this side, just like that. And I've got a couple more, so I'll put those up higher on either side of this flower up here. Like that. There we go. And we are done. And it's just that quick, just that easy. And there is another Throwback Thursday card using the Flower Shop stamp set, as well as the flower punch that goes with it, and the leaf punch as well, both of which are retired. And then the current Lovely You set with current product, the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.